don't know how to set it up. All right, we're playing Dave's Witchenberg. All right, I'm going to play e4 because Perk asked if I could play e4. And I think probably one of the most common openings people learn is Ruy Lopez. So I'll just do this, or the Italians. I don't know them too well. All right. I don't know if they watch Eric Rosen or not, because I could play into this. I'm not going to though. I'm just going to say, unless you know the line, develop safely. But I could have gone into the Stafford maybe. But I don't feel like I need to do any of this. Yeah, maybe Bishop C5. Oh, all right. So this also pretty normal. I don't see any reason not to do this. They might be calculating. So here takes, knight takes. Go here, queen e7 maybe, but then I can still collect the pawn back, I think. But I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to go bishop d3, which I think some people might be tempted to go bishop d3. But after bishop d3, it's hindering my own development. My other bishop will struggle to get out. So I could just go like this. Am I allowing them to damage my structure? Sure. It's not going to be good for them though. It's usually not good to trade a bishop for a knight for no reason. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, they move back to d6. Unfortunately, I'll explain why more after the game. I guess I can explain now. I probably have time now. There was no reason to move this bishop away. So they've actually wasted an extra move. As opposed to here, I think they should have just gone, maybe knight c6, maybe d6 to get this bishop out. Here, like uninitiated, they've moved the bishop back. I wasn't attacking it either. So not only did they move it, but they also moved it to make it more of a glorified pawn. It's kind of like it's staring at e5. It's staring at e5 now. So it's not really doing anything other than being an extra support for this pawn. I think they thought after takes that maybe I could take this, but it would have been their move. So I'm going to do nothing different. I'm actually just going to bring this bishop out. Develop. Aeoltex, thank you for following. So yeah, there's nothing complicated going on here. Hello, Mo. So, alright, I can go bishop g5. They probably want to go h6. This bishop is weird. I'm probably just going to do what I would tell people to do and just develop slowly. After bishop g5, h6, if I took this, they would have this. They would take back with the queen. I don't see any reason for me to get rid of this bishop yet, though. Actually, one sec. No, I'm not going to do anything complicated. I'm going to play this very slowly. I'm just going to bring out a bishop. Ale, I sure am. Attempting to, anyway. Hopefully it's useful for people. Oh, no worries, Matt. Wait. I hope you're all good, sir, Mr. Mo. Feel free to message me on Discord if you like. Hope everything's all good. Yes, this is just a rapid slow run. I'm just going to go up to about maybe 2,000 or something, Ale. Just started this today. So they're attacking my my bishop straight away. I actually am going to be completely honest. I didn't really think of this. I'm just going to move it back. And thank you for reminding me that they want to go there. I will go h3 next. Probably. I'm just going to bring this back and then go h3. Cool. How do you go from 1500 to 1800 main areas to focus? It depends on you, Aol. I'd have to look at some of your games, but I won't right now just because I'm doing this. Of course, when I get up to 1800, it might not be for a while though. You can watch me do it. But if you like later on, because I probably won't do this for my entire stream, but when I'm done with this, if you come back, I can have a look through some of your games and see if there's anything that you should focus on, at least according to what I may or may not see. But I'm happy to look through some of your games. Oh, thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely happy to take a look at some of your games, dude. No problemos. Alright, here, by the way, I'm just going to send this guy back. Don't see any reason not to. It doesn't feel weakening. They don't have enough firepower, and this bishop is on the wrong diagonal for it to be a threat for me, so... Like, they can't really do this. This knight is guarding on h4, so the queen doesn't come in with any threats. Ale, I should probably just add that I'm not super high rated. Like, on my actual normal account, like, I'm about 2200, we'll say. This is my account. This is my elos. But I should be able to help you between 1500 to 1800, I assume. I'm sure I could at least identify something. So if you're still on when I'm finished with this, otherwise I do stream every day anyway. All right, let me see. So now I'm gonna do this again, probably, or I might go back to E3 actually, just control the D4 square. I don't think I've played this 100% accurately, but this is such an interesting move here. Or I could just do what I would probably tell people to do. I'm actually just gonna castle. See, normally you'd be considering moves like D5, try to open this up, try to push. I don't even know, but they can't do it because the bishop's in the way. They can't really do it here. And here I'll probably consider taking, or do I not? Maybe I should have gone E3 first. What I might do is I might actually go bishop e. This I've definitely played this like not the best way here. But I'm considering bishop e3, knight f3, bishop f3. And then if they're not careful, if they do something like b6, try to take this diagonal, I might be able to just push. No, no, that doesn't work, does it? All right, you know what? Maybe I'll just take this. No, I wouldn't take this actually. Taking this would actually kind of justify what they've done. I'm actually just going to go back. If they take me, it's better for me. Nice pudding. Very nice. Hit 600 on PC today? Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, it's always something to learn. That's true. Even watching people your own rating can be quite useful because we don't all have the same ideas. Okay, so they take my bishop. That's fine. Which way do I take back with? Now, could take with the queen, but honestly, I'm considering taking with the knight. The reason I'm considering taking with the knight is at some stage or another, I'm going to want to start attacking their queen. Sorry, their king. And if I start clustering my pieces near their king, things will probably happen. So I'm going to take with a knight. And then I'm probably going to go knight g3, get it to f5 at some stage perhaps. This bishop is unfortunately going to have to move if they want to do something, and they won't be able to pin my knight because my knight is now moved. If they go bishop b4, I'll probably just go c3, send him back to h5 or something. Hard stuck at 800 on your phone? No worries, pudding. Well, this is the rapid slow run. You know, they will be turned into, I'll end up putting on YouTube at some stage too. Started at 100 elos, we're already at 200 since I started streaming today. I'm not sure how many I'll do today, but yes, after maybe a couple hundred elos and then, you know, maybe a little bit every day. Don't worry, puddings, don't worry, man. Anything you miss will end up on YouTube when I can work out how to do some editing. All right, so this is what I was thinking. They're gonna go bishop, sorry, b6, bishop b7. Which would, in my opinion, not be wonderful, and I'll tell you why I don't think it's wonderful. This bishop would be a pristine attacker, first of all, if they manage to get a queen over here somewhere. On this diagonal, it's not as much of a threat if I just do not open this up, and I will see it coming a mile away, because they're going to have to move this bishop to try to open this too. After knight g3, if they don't have this as well, when my knight wants to come to f5 as well, it's also going to not be threatened other than g6, which potentially is going to be weakening too. Shortly, this is not going to be very good for black, I believe. Okay, so they want to get rid of the bishop. Totally fine with that. I'm actually going to take the free pawn. They may have thought that after this, sorry, after I takes, I don't know, bishop there, maybe they can come up with these ideas, but I can actually just take this right away. And if they take this bishop, you might be saying to yourself, but doesn't this destroy my pawn structure? Well, you know what? It just opens up another attacker in this case. You usually don't want to allow this to open up, like if it was with a knight. Maybe taking my bishop and then me taking back with the f pawn if they have a dark square bishop, but they will no longer have this dark square bishop if they take. So I'm probably going to take the pawn and just say, what are you doing? And if nothing, I might just move back. I wouldn't always go collecting pawns for nothing, but I really do not see the compensation for them. You know, if they go there, I'll probably just take it. And if too many central pawns come off for them, I don't see how they're going to attack me, so. Pudding, are you into editing and stuff? I assume I'll mostly do simple stuff. It'll probably mostly be me just cutting out, empty space in between the games or in between the analysis and starting new games. All right, so they're attacking me or something. I will likely just bring the knight back. I don't really see any reason not to. So people might be tempted to jump in this way. However, after jumping in this way, we have to be very careful because the knight can get trapped. So hypothetically, knight c6, queen d7, where does the knight go? It can actually come back to e5. However, even if I would calculate this in a game against somebody in my own rating, I just don't see the point in doing anything like this. I may as well just drop it back. I don't see the point. They might be threatening this here. I don't see them having enough firepower to beat me here with this, so I'm not quite sure. I could be wrong. I'm not going to underestimate the fact that the 200, I think they're playing pretty well, definitely for their rating. But it is, I'm up one pawn. If other things come off, it's going to be very tricky. Hello, Mo. It sure is, man. This is a slow run. This is the rapid one. When I get to 2000 rapid, I'll probably do the same thing for blitz. But this one is currently just, yes, slow run. Okay, so they're going to push the pawn. I'm just trying to decide what the best way forward is here. I probably will take their bishop because I just don't simply see any reason not to. I don't want to take here because I'll take back and then maybe there's some pressure here. This is probably also moved. So the only thing is, so after, let's just say d4, bishop d6 and d5, that would be good. But the other consideration is d4 and not moving the bishop, but taking my pawn. Then I could take and they take. And then do I want to go into that? This might not be best. I may even just go here. So let's just say d5 right away. Sorry, e5. e5, bishop takes, and they can't really push this, can they? Maybe I just push back. I do want to keep this simple in terms of not blundering for people. So what I might do is I might not calculate it, even if I think I could do other things. I might just take this just for the sake of people seeing that sometimes not blundering is the most important aspect under like 1,000. Just simply not blundering. Even though I may have considered e5 in a different game there. So we'll check afterwards. I don't want to overcalculate though. I don't want to do like play way above what the level should be played like, I think here. Here, I'm probably just, same thing, I'm probably just going to take this pawn. They're playing pretty well, actually. Well, maybe I want to go, I will actually just take this. I might have to move a little bit quicker here. I've only got two minutes. No, that's funny, bro. That is funny. All right, here I could just attack this. I might just move a little quicker and maybe we'll go through it after the game. I'm going to play a very straightforward, simple move here, at least straightforward to me, which is just controlling the only open file. I'll probably bring the queen in so I can connect the rooks. Bring in the queen. All right, I'm actually going to bring the queen in anyway. I'm going to allow them to trade. It's usually better to allow the other person to trade. So if they trade, I still have the open file. Whereas if I trade, they have the open file. This is also doing another job, which is guarding against the knight jumping to f4. Hopefully that makes sense. Now I will try to take, by the way. Ariel, I am from Melbourne. What about you? I'm not sure if you're in Australia, but if you are, whereabouts? I'm Melbourne, Australia. This does also prevent queen g5. That was not my initial intention though, because after queen g5 anyway, I would just be able to take the rook with checkmate. They're playing well for a 200. I haven't played this particularly in a pressing manner, but I am trying to just play no blunders, and that's it. Oh, nice, Ale. Very nice. Cool. Sydney's kind of like Melbourne, similar to Melbourne in a lot of ways. All right, let's see what they do here. Maybe they'll try to play fast to flag me. Probably won't work out so well if they do, unless they're also not 200, I'm not quite sure. This person is Dave's Twitchenberg, like Dave's Witchenberg. I wonder if it's like a Twitch or something. No, I have no idea. Dave Twitchenberg. Never mind. I thought maybe it said Twitch in the name, but it doesn't. A little too tired for that. So if we look at this, right, with the knight on f3, the knight on g3, This queen does not have many squares it can get to, so like nothing can come in a lot of these spots right now. All right, so I'm going to take back with the rook. Not with the queen, but with the rook. Control the open file with the least valuable piece here. Queen is still doing a good job preventing the knight from coming to f4, which is why I don't want to move that. Okay. I don't have too much time. I'm going to start moving my pieces then, maybe. All right, I'm actually just gonna make moves. I'm just gonna bring this knight in, control some central squares. If they push, I will probably bring the other knight in, either here. I'm not actually sure. I might try to even trade the queens, simplify a little bit. We will see. They are playing very well for 200. Not sure if that's because I allowed a lot of trades or if it's just that they're stronger than 200. Nothing suspicious though. This has still got to be better for white. On the upper pawn though, so I have to be careful. We will see if it gets to a bullet game what happens. Okay. They want to prevent me from doing anything, but this is actually, I think, a bit of a blunder because they'll allow my queen to come in here. So pretty much the king's a little bit stuck here. I am just threatening a mate in two if they're not careful. It's actually not a mate in two, sorry. Not a mate in two at all. I would bring this knight to g5, and then I would sack the rook for the bishop, then mate. Okay, it's an interesting move. I'm actually going to come back. Oh, I've only got a minute left, but I think I should be okay. That was a good move, by the way. That was a good move. Kind of surprised they found that. I will still go for this, depending on what they do, and I'll likely take the bishop. The thing is, even if somebody, like, I don't have any delay on the stream, even if somebody manages to smurf, or even if somebody knows who I am, probably will not matter in the long run, because, I'm not sure what this was, because in a game like this where it's coming down to like 2 minutes versus 1 minute, if they get too low on time, the smurfing won't help. They could try to push this pawn, that would be obviously a bit of a blunder. Some of the games, maybe I should spend more time playing the game and then analyzing afterwards. They actually lose the game on the spot. I'll just quickly play this. Okay, take this, and I'll just explain it afterwards. But I'm just winning the queen. They probably think I'm cheating, honestly, at this stage. Playing super, super slow in the opening. Now, unfortunately, the queen is cooked like a goose. I will take this. If they take with the rook, I'm just going to go, yep, I'm just going to bring this bad boy in. Actually, I'm going to go here first. Just take away the squares so they can't push h5. Oh, I shouldn't pre-move this, but I was going to say there. They can take my knight if they want. It won't be enough for the queen, though. Maybe they'll think they flag me. It's not going to happen. Okay. They can go here or something, I guess. It shan't be enough. Unfortunately, I'm just going to go this way. They can try this. I mean, okay, I'm just going to take that square away from them, take that idea away. Don't need to blunder my queen. This is not a 200, I think. Okay, take away any forkies. I'm just threatening to win some pawns. I also have the check. Like, it depends on where they go now. Should be all gravy. Take the check. Take this guy, I guess. Too solid for a 200, I think, yes. But who knows? Maybe they drop some rating or something. Or maybe they don't play rapid, but they play another time control. I could be instructive. I could just take this. It's not ideal. I wouldn't always recommend it if you can't calculate it, but I can calculate it, and this is obviously just winning. Because I can shoulder the king, and then push my pawn. Yes, I can't push straight away because I think the king can block, but after this, I get in front of it, and it's all gravy. Okay, so I can get in front of it. The fact that they moved the king to me means that they are not 200. I can go here, just shoulder the king, and yeah, this is going to be GG's very shortly, so GG's. They cannot prevent me from making a new queen. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that to you guys. if you are not able to calculate the endgame, but I did not think they were going to be able to stop me. They were not 200. I'm kind of curious if they have a higher elo and a different time control. Well, they haven't played in a couple weeks. Maybe they've improved a lot, actually. Who knows? Good game to them. All right. So, normal opening, just developing pieces. This is actually bad, and I've done this so many times. Yes. Anyway. Wait, what is the move here? I don't know the theory in a lot of these E4s, E4, E5s like this. I actually don't play this very much. This I didn't think was good for them. Usually people want this, but then you actually threaten this. But I don't want to be too complicated. Reason is basically after this, just attacking F7 right away. So they actually lose a knight. I think they lose a knight. What's the best move here? Oh no, sorry, they actually have this. Anyway, I don't want to go into these tactical, theoretical lines because I'm trying to. Obviously, as my rating is a little bit higher, I'll probably have to play normal stuff. But I'm trying to just explain that sometimes being solid is enough to get to like at least 1,000. But this guy was honestly stronger than his rating, man, for sure. I'm not sure if you guys have too many questions because I was kind of pretty deep in the explanations during the game. I did make a blunder, like I did blunder a few things at some stage, like I made some bad moves. But yes, here just bringing the pieces towards the king. Yeah, I could have traded. This was my first consideration, but I just didn't want to allow them to have anything like after c6 and d5 and trying to take, you know. If I know the lines and get white, could I show the Vienna? I could try. I could try. It's just knight f3 e4, knight f3 d4. I can't remember what's what. To be honest, I forget what's what. I think it's knight f3 and e4. Or e4 knight f3. Sorry, e4 knight c3. f4. I'll try. I'll try. It's been a while. e4 king knight c3. Okay. Knight would be, for notation, would be an N, not a K. But all good. I know what you're saying, so no problemos. Alright, so here once again, not necessarily best, but you can see the evals very slowly starting to trend towards white. I am just controlling the open file, so. And why did I not take? Because I don't want to give him the open file when he takes back. I mean, likely I just do this, but then, you know, they block, and then now it's not so straightforward. I mean, it is probably straightforward, but definitely not at this rating necessarily. So I want to go there and just prevent the knight from jumping this way. The knight can go there, but it's not really doing anything here. So I don't know what they would do. Just let them make some moves. And yes, I am surprised they found some of this defense. Yeah, g6 to me wasn't ideal, but once they go g6, you have to always think about what squares are being weakened when you push a pawn. In this case, when they push g6, it's weakening all the dark squares around the king. Common mate threat is just me trying to get in here. They went there, of course, for them. A different sneaky threat I had was after this, and this. If for some reason this was not threatened, I mean, it is threatening the mate. They may have thought that they can go, I don't know, let's just say they make a move and I go here. They may have thought that after this it's not a mate, which is true, but I would have sacked the rook. And then they have to take the queen pretty much, I think, right? Anyway, the whole thing's cooked. You haven't slept. Right, bro. Well, I hope you do manage to get sleep. Hello, Coop. How are you, man? You the best perk. Alright, so this was... Sorry, this was that random line I was making up. So I'm just continuing. This just applying pressure. Clearly, the coach here, the coach errors know what I'm up to. I was just applying pressure trying to do this. And unfortunately for them, they blundered. This is a tactic I kind of thought maybe they would miss. You know, sack the rook. To be honest, if they didn't blunder this, I may have just taken this bishop anyway because it does weaken the king quite drastically. Now, this was apparently a miss. I actually just missed taking this, by the way. I was so focused on getting this tactic, I just missed, but I was running low on time, so I missed taking it again. That's so funny, bro. I missed a mate in 4. Anyway, take the queen, play simple. But you always have to be careful, because in an endgame like this, if I just say, I'm super winning, push a pawn, when there's a knight on the board, don't just make random moves, because after this, I'm losing a queen. Even against a 200, if they have a knight and you only have a queen and you've traded down, be very careful. That's all I can say. And when I knew it was a winning endgame, I just decided, trade the queen. Not because there was not better moves, but because I was also curious to see what they were going to do. Because for a 200, understanding that they're going to bring in the king in, or maybe they were just trying to protect the pawn, actually. Never mind. Here, this was me just shouldering the king. The king cannot stop me and cannot prevent this pawn. So this was just the idea, just make a new queen. And they ran out of time. So, I mean, honestly, good game to them. Definitely good game to them.